Hey, hello, RJB here, and today we continue with the best of set between GangTaewan and Leebokgu for Hamburgersasu 1 vs 1 tournament. And we have already seen the first two matches, both going toward GangTaewan, who played amazingly well. He played amazingly well. Honestly, really impressive gameplay from GangTaewan, taking 2 wins against Leebokgu, who is a really strong 1 vs 1 player, but apparently not strong enough to take down GangTaewan. GangTaewan here under the name Trey here on the Protoss, the olive green, pale green. This is pale green Protoss, and on the other side of the map we've got chests on the olive. Alright, he's actually on the olive green. Both players on the green, pale green, olive green. The chest here, Leebokgu on the Terran. And Trey, I think, is up to a funny build order once again. Actually, in the previous game, he had a really solid, beautiful build order. This time around, pylon in the choke. That sometimes means he's up to funny stuff, or it can mean he's up to very funny stuff. Not too sure, but looks like he's gonna go for a double gateway in the choke. No, it's a double gateway in the choke, and goes out for a scout. Basically, this is kind of a mid-gate build order, but without building your gateways on the middle. You put them in the choke so that they are still... I'd say you wouldn't lose them immediately if the mid-rush completely fails, but I'm personally not a fan of this, but these players are very good and they can most oftentimes make this kind of stuff work. It's gonna go for 2 gateways in the choke. There's no +1 nexus back at home, no 3rd gateway either. Actually, I might have to retract my statement from earlier. Looks like this is just going to be a 2 gateway nexus build order. What? No? No! It's a gas in the back. GangTaewan really is up to funny stuff. Different from a lot of stuff I've seen. I've almost never seen 2 gateway gas from anyone, ever. Zealot comes out, first a fight with the Marine forced to pull back home. 3 barracks there at home for Leebokgu, no gas there in the back yet. Gonna rely on his Marine micro to keep himself afloat, might build a bunker as well. He also arrives back home. He knows where GangTaewan is located because he scouted the gateway, I think. Zealot turns back around, can't really go in. Another wave of Marines spawning, so 2 Zealots against about 5, 6 Marines, 7 Marines. That's a pretty healthy amount. Too healthy for those Zealots to really try and dig into. The Zealots turn back around, running away from the fight. Not very heroic, but what they have to do. Now we've got a pretty good number of Zealots here. They can fight against the Marines, about 10 against 4. Those 4 Marines, Zealots can win the fight against those 10 Marines, but Leebokgu is not just going to stand there and let his Marines take a beating. He's going to micro his ass off and try to kill as many of those Zealots as he can. So right now it's just a standoff, both players dancing back and forth, waiting for the other to make a mistake by going a little bit too far, but neither of the 2 is going too far. So bunker coming up there in the front, more gateways being added on there in the back. Got a cyber core there on the way as well. He's going for Dragoons, has to be, because he's getting Dragoon range. But I think the Dragoons might be coming in a little bit too late, because GangTaewan couldn't manage to do any damage whatsoever, and now he's wasting his Zealots as well. He tried to get in there to stop the bunker from finishing, but a little bit too late. Loses all of his Zealots without killing any Marines, and now his Zealots are stuck in a corner. So might as well just kill a couple Marines, but that is a huge waste of Zealots. Would have been way better to preserve them. He tried to make something happen, kill a couple Marines, but it all didn't work out, and now the Dragoons can't do anything at all. So GangTaewan goes from looking invincible and unstoppable in the previous 2 matches to looking a bit shaky. His build order might have been a bit too experimental to make succeed. Because we've got Marine range on the way, and once Marine range finishes, the bunkers and the Marines are going to keep those Dragoons away. Now, more Dragoons are, of course, coming in slowly but surely. We've got the fact that they're on the way as well for tanks, just in case he needs them. Engineering bay there as well. Got a Cyber Robo there in the back and a support bay as well. Range is now finishing up, so Dragoons can start hammering away on those depots in the front before Marine range finishes up. Once Marine range finishes, he can keep those Dragoons away. GangTaewan is going to rely on a Reaver with a shuttle. That's my feeling for today. So, still a little bit of dancing back and forth there. Just going to keep those Dragoons in hold position there. Going to very slightly step them backwards and forwards just to readjust and get as many Dragoons into that choke point as he can. But all the bunkers have been filled up. The bunker is getting repaired as well, and range has finished, which forces the Dragoons to pull away. There's a lot of Dragoons there, though. A lot of Dragoons, and we've got more Dragoons there on the way. It will be a total of about... It's got about 9 here, will be about 12. Added on a 4th gateway as well. 1 cannon being added on the back as well. He doesn't have level 1 attack, but he might get it soon. Might start it soon. Shuttle speed on the way, Reaver on the way. Supply blocked as well. Supply blocked. Both players actually supply blocked. Alright, Leebokgu no longer is, but GangTaewan forgot to make pylons in time, so he's being slowed down a little bit. With everything on hold and all of the gateways. 12 Dragoons there ready to attack and strike once the Dragoon, well, once the Reaver arrives on the scene. The second robot there being added on and another pylon. Siege mode is finishing up. It might finish up just in time before the shuttle arrives on target location, and if that siege mode finishes just in time, he might be able to keep this attack away rather easily, because those bunkers are hard to fight through. Reaver in the back is going to try to kill as many Marines as he can, but he's too far away. Can't really... Has to remove the Dragoons first, but that buys enough time for the siege tank to siege up and start firing on the units from afar. Yeah, this is not going to work. He was just a little bit too late. Leebokgu had everything finishing up just perfectly in time, and it keeps negative and bad things away for now. GangTaewan can't get in. Now, Leebokgu is now preparing himself for a drop defense with turrets coming up on the sides. A couple Marines there back at his command center to snipe and intercept shuttles. The Starcraft there on the way to start maybe a tank drop on those probes, because GangTaewan is not protecting his probes very well. Finally adds on the Nexus, but the worker count is 32 against 34 and the supply count is even. And being in even supply with the Terran as a Protoss isn't that great. You always want to be a little bit ahead in supply count, but currently they're at about the same point. And that's very good for Leebokgu. Very good for Leebokgu. 3 tanks out there in the front is adding a couple of barriers in front of the bunkers just to make hitting the bunkers more difficult than if he didn't. All the depots on the bottom side, most players build a block of depots here and a block of depots there. He's building everything here on the bottom side. Now, if he can play a good drop defense, it doesn't really matter that all the depots are located on one portion. But in the case that GangTaewan ever manages to get a lot of Reavers going and land Reavers on the bottom side, he can take in all those depots really quick, and that will get Leebokgu supply stuck for quite a while. So that's about 18 depots there in total on the bottom side. If they all go down, bam, boom, bam, he's stuck for a long time. But I don't think that's going to happen because GangTaewan... Oh, wait, actually. He's going for a lot of Reavers. He's going for a lot of Reavers there. His base is still somewhat small, but he's catching up. He's catching up. He no longer has any probes on the gas here, though. He doesn't want any gas anymore at the moment. He wants Zealots. He wants a lot of Zealots into the fight. He's getting level 1 armor upgrade as well. Mass units are balling up in the front. The choke is growing stronger and bigger with the minute. Tanks are being picked up. Gonna go for a tank drop because he just scanned and saw that there's almost no cannons protecting those probes. But first tanks up on the hill. He's not going for a tank drop. He wants to defend this first. Gonna start hammering and poking those units. They're in the front. Units are now going in for the attack, but there's 7 bunkers, 8, 9 masked goons and zealots coming in to attack and kill, but the tanks and the Marines there are not having any trouble killing this whatsoever. The shuttles make their way in, but they're gonna get intercepted by a group of Marines. Starts to unload there on the top side. Reavers are shooting on everything that they can. Tries to micro them as well, but not really working out. All the Reavers are dead and gone from to round up the Marines. And GangTaewan doesn't even try to proceed, because he knows the game is over. He knows the game is over. His strategy didn't work. It's experimental, and I don't think it was that close, actually. I think that build order was just too experimental to work. Just a little bit too experimental. Leebokgu takes his first win against GangTaewan by playing just a solid defense and not getting caught by surprise by GangTaewan's trickery and tomfoolery. And none of that trickery and tomfoolery sadly worked out for GangTaewan. Great for Leebokgu, because now he has a chance to get back into the set. He has a chance to still win this despite being down, or having been down 2 wins to 0. Now we've got Trey back on the Terran there on the top right of the map, and we've got Chest or Leebokgu here on the bottom side on the Protoss once again. It is time for redemption. It is time for redemption. Can Leebokgu redeem himself from the first game where he failed to kill Trey or GangTaewan? GangTaewan once again going for, looks like a mech build order. This has to be a mech build order. Very early barracks in the front and a gas there back at home. Gonna build a wall here to keep units out. This functions as a real wall. Marines can pass through, but Zealots cannot. Though currently the Marine also can't get through. So might as well start scouting instead. Nexus coming up there for Leebokgu. 2 gateway Nexus build order. Probably one of his favorite build orders. You do some harassment and poking and annoying with Zealots that are up on the way. And then you go into double robotics with some Reavers, or some Reaver shuttle micro. Maybe a front bust. Not too sure if it's going to work this time around, because the first time it didn't work. But the first time he was getting toyed with to a degree by vultures. GangTaewan goes for only a single factory this time. Already adds on a second gas. I don't see a second factory yet. That does cause me to be concerned. Just a little bit. Because double factory, of course, is stronger than a single one. But it looks like he wants an early command center back at home. I think he wants an early command center. Or is he going to go for double starport? Is he going to go for double starport? This madman is going for double, maybe even triple starport? Okay, GangTaewan is just being so experimental right now. He is being so experimental right now. Like, this is crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. The previous game was crazy. This is the most crazy I've ever seen anyone ever do anything at all. Guess the machine shop there as well. The one thing this build order is good at, though, with the triple starport, is killing shuttles. That is for sure. And Leebokgu is going to go for shuttles. That's without a doubt. He's going to go for shuttles, without a doubt. But the question is, will GangTaewan be strong enough to defend a frontal attack from the Zealot Reaver when he's going for raids this early without any solid ground defense? It's just air defense. Can he do it? Will he be strong enough? I have my doubts. I have my doubts, but I have been proven wrong before many times about my doubts. But this looks funny. Also, the SCV is stuck there. Poor SCV. So Leebokgu is doing exactly what he's got to do, or what he had in mind. Robotics on the way. Citadel of Doom there on the way in the back as well. Dragoon range also on the way. That's a bit off. Dragoon range on the way. He's going for something different than what I was expecting. Might get Zealot speed as well, and only a single robot, a support bay there, a single support bay, single robo. Might go for a single shuttle, single reaver. There's a Templar's Arc on the way, very early as well. He's just gonna try to mass his way through the choke here and try to break down the front door. And the raids are not that strong against Dragoons, so Dragoons are gonna be hurting him. Now the Dragoons are also coming out because he's expecting a tank drop. That's why he's got the Dragoons very early on. Dragoons, unlike cannons, can attack and defend. So instead of getting cannons, he gets Dragoons to defend against a tank drop. But I don't think a tank drop is on the way here from GangTaewan. It's just going for Cloak on the raids. Going for raids, of course, as well. No armory yet for level 1 upgrade for his ships. The tanks are still rolling out very, very slowly. Getting vision upon the hills with engineering base as well. Adding on some turrets there too for drop defense. Basically everything looks the same as usual, except he doesn't have any ground units. He has raids. Just a lot of raids, and more of them on the way. And now he sees a couple of Dragoons on the way and Zealots as well. He might feel that there's some trouble in the air. But he might have a nice little surprise for Leebokgu as the raids are on the way, flying across the map. Going to try to intercept the shuttle for sure. Or is he going to go for the Nexus? But the Nexus is quite well protected, actually. The Dragoons for cannons, going to be hard to do anything there in the back, but he's going to try to cheese his way in, while also getting attacked here in the front. Raids arrive on the scene, but there's so many cannons, so many Dragoons. Never going to work. And this is basically, Leebokgu always gets this many cannons this early on, because a tank drop can arrive already this far into the game. So he does break through the front, the bunker stays alive, depot goes down, but he never really gets into the base itself. He breaks the depot, breaks the wall, kills some units, loses some units as well, but doesn't physically make his way in. Doesn't physically threaten GangTaewan that much. GangTaewan now once again goes in with more raids, but there's another cannon being added on there in the back, so I'm trying to brute force his way in, maybe hunt some shuttles. This time around he's trying to hunt shuttles, but he can't find shuttles, he's going for those probes instead. Gonna try to kill the cannon in the front slowly but surely, and then take down the robo facility with the raids. So the raids do get in some mileage, but there's just drop there coming in on the top side. There's nothing to defend, absolutely nothing to defend here. Actually has nothing, completely nothing to defend against the Reaver, and the Reaver's gonna blow things up here in the back. While the raids try to clear that robotics. And they do clear the robotics, there's no detection in the front here, so the raids are going to keep hammering away for a little while longer. But the Reaver in the back is completely uncontested. The Marines get taken down, one more shot on the Marines, and the Marines get kaboomed. And Marines are gone. Dragoon on the top side took down a turret, now it's the Reaver and the shuttle. Raids are arriving though, raids can take down the shuttle, but the SCVs are not sure what to do. Tank goes down, shuttle might go down as well. Raids are still dancing back and forth, but it's 58 probes against 21 SCVs. And there's only raids and a couple of tanks on the map here for GangTaewan. I don't have a great feeling about this one. Might go for a tank drop though, or maybe put some tanks up on the hill. Two options really. Which one he's going to go for, I don't know. Maybe put him up on the hill here. That would be abusive. That would be abusive for sure. Leebokgu hasn't remade or rebuilt his robos yet, but he's got them both on the way here. Starport there for some Corsairs. Raids are still dancing, still being annoying, but another drop there coming in. Dark Templars are coming in. And that's the game. No turrets, no scan, no academy for a scan either. Those science facilities doesn't have any detection whatsoever. This is a done deal. GangTaewan loses again because he's being way too experimental with his build orders. This is just pure... I don't want to call it disrespectful, because I do see he had some game plans to catch Leebokgu by surprise, but that was just way out there. This is very unexpected gameplay from GangTaewan. He looked so extremely strong in the first two games, and now he is... I don't want to say sandbagging, but he's playing weird. Really weird, and nothing is working because it's simply too weird. It's too weird to work. It's too weird. It's too far out there, too far outside of the box. It's like basically he's improvising on the spot. But now we've got game number 5. The score is equal. Score is equal. Trey, GangTaewan on the Zerg, the olive green, and on the pink color on the opposite side of the map, Leebokgu again on the Protoss. So third time Protoss, maybe third time is the charm, although he already won once. But that was more so because GangTaewan played a ridiculous build order, absolutely ridiculous build order. triple starboard, one factory, not even using his race to defend, but to attack. It was just very weird stuff from GangTaewan. He evidently felt superior, but now he's forced to go back to being serious again. He has to take this serious if he wants to win this. There is, after all, $400, or well, 400,000 won on the line, which is about $384, maybe a little bit less or a little bit more. I don't exactly know it, but it's quite a nice amount of money, that's for sure. So Leebokgu there comes in with the rush. One Zealot makes it in, Probe goes down, Zealotlings are defending against the Zealot. Micro there from Leebokgu is going to try to keep the Zealot alive for as long as he can. Doesn't kill the other two Zerglings. One more Zealot made way in, but it's kind of a sacrifice now as he's getting surrounded by the Zerglings, and the micro from GangTaewan, as always, is absolutely on point. Although the Zealot there stays alive for longer than it should, gets surrounded there though, makes its way out, stays alive. Ooh, exciting battle here. How long can this Zealot stay alive for? He's gonna try to get one hit on a drone there in the back, but it's gonna... Gets a hit off, gets a second hit off, and it dies. The drone stays alive. So two Suckers in the front, two hatcheries as well. One hatchery in the back, gas already coming up. What is GangTaewan going to do this time? Is he going to be experimental, or is he going to stick to the fundamentals? His fundamentals from the first two games were amazing. Amazing control, amazing micro, awareness, everything was absolutely perfect. Now Leebokgu got destroyed in the first games, but now the tables have been turned. Leebokgu going for very quick. One Nexus, robotics. Double robotics, actually. Double robotics, and the support bay are already on the way. No cannons, no forge, no defenses whatsoever. He's going all in on a very early game strategy. And one thing we all know about early game strategies is that they have to work, or the Zerg becomes big and strong and hard to kill. Very hard to kill. So the Highlanders then they're on the way. Zealots moving to the top side. Shuttle has spawned. Shuttle's going to shuttle some units over the hill into GangTaewan's base. But it just so happens to be, the Overlord is on the perfect location to see units being shuttled over. This is just pure luck, but this luck is working out in GangTaewan's favor. As he's going to spot this out, he sees this for sure. Zealots here in clear vision of the Overlord. One sunken on the way there in the back. Idolisks are also now on the way. Idolisk speed also being researched. Zealots have arrived in the base, 7 of them in total, on the hunt, ready to kill. He blocks off access to the last sunken here in the back. And that's gonna make defending a little bit easier than if he hadn't done that. The Hydras and the Zerglings also behind the Sunkens, so that the Zealots cannot hit them. Great choice of how he places his units, very smartly done. Now we're gonna look at a nice micro battle between Zealots and Hydras, while the Reaver is on the way from back at home. Hydra's getting microed really well here. The Zealots are gonna try to get a surround on them, but the Hydras slip away, so he goes for the Zerglings instead. But the Reaver there on the way, double Reavers actually, is gonna pull the Zealots back to support the Reaver. The Reaver's gonna support, or like tell the other way around. Goes in, gets a snipe on a Reaver. Reaver goes down. The Scarabs don't really connect with anything really significantly, but one Reaver's still alive there. He's got 4 Hydras in total. Gonna try to defend this one to the best of his ability. More Hydras are spawning at the same time. Reaver's gonna try to sneak its way in. Reaver can't unload because there's too many Hydras in between. Forced to fly away. Will the shuttle survive? It gets out alive. Just by a hair's breadth. Barely. Very close call there. If those Hydras had been any later, the Reaver would have definitely killed a nice chunk of drones. I do think that Leebokgu could have gone for a shot on the drones, but he didn't want to risk it. He didn't want to lose the Reaver, considering he has such small economy. He's gonna try to break through the front. Reaver there, hammering away on the hatcheries. One more Reaver arriving on the scene. Zealous joining the front there. He's got Zealous speed there on the way. He has Scarab damage or shuttle speed, one of the two. Looks like shuttle speed. Looking at about 6 gateways for Zealot production. More Reavers being picked up. They're back at home. So it should be about 4 Reavers, 2 shuttles, and about 12 Zealots in total. 12 Zealots. Yeah, 12 Zealots and another 6 or so on the way. So 4 Reaver, 12 Zealot attack with Zealot speed. Hydras here in the back. Not a lot of them. Not a lot of them. He's using them to defend against shuttle drops at the moment, but I do think Leebokgu is going to try to break through the choke here instead of going for the drop. Or is he going to try to do... He's not breaking through the front. He's not breaking through the front. He's shuttling his units into the base there on a nice little spot. GangTaewan is spreading his units out very quickly and precisely. Zealots being flown in as well. Zealots have finished their speed upgrade. We've got Storm on the way back at home and a Stargate as well. Oh, he's burrowing up his Hydras. Gonna try to catch Leebokgu off guard while Leebokgu sends his Zealots in. He's gonna have to hammer away on the Spire first. Hydras coming in from the front and the backside. This might just be absolutely brilliant. He's gonna kill the Hydras then there though. More Hydras are spawning. He's gonna be so close. Leebokgu is playing this very well, but GangTaewan has some tricks up his sleeve once again. The den goes down. Another den is on the way there on the top. The Spire is on the way there on the top side. Reavers are crawling forward, and there is the surround as the Zealots go in onto the Sunken and can no longer protect the Reavers, but the Reavers get picked up and flow close to the drones. The drones are going to get hammered away on the Scarab. Cannot connect. The Scarab can't. Scarab explodes, kills a lot of drones. Another Scarab there on the way, hunting for some drones, but can't connect, can't explode. But he did kill, I think, about 12 or so drones in total there after all. But the attack blitz cleaned up, and 17 drones are still alive, and GangTaewan is still in the game. Barely, though. He's barely still in the game. That was really creatively defended from GangTaewan. I really like the burrow surround on that mass drop there on the corner. It was really creatively done. Zealots coming in from the front. 2 shuttles as well. Shuttles are filled up with nothing at all. So he's distracting the Hydras away from the front so that he can completely tear through all those Sunkens. But the Sunken count might just be a little bit too high for those drones. For those Zealots to break through. At least he does get some... Oh, there's a Reaver in there after all. Oh, he kills another set of... So he still had that one Reaver shuttle alive, and it came back in to hunt for some drones while he was attacking in the front. This coordination from Leebokgu is off the charts. It is criminal. Leebokgu is on fire. This is such great coordination from Leebokgu here. GangTaewan is also playing really well, but Leebokgu, his Protoss against Zerg is so difficult to get a hold of. It's so difficult to keep track of all those different things he's doing at the same time. Even as a caster, it's hard to keep track. Although now the shuttle there on the bottom side might go down. Gonna try to fly away, might, no, doesn't make it. But another drop there already coming in, but this one gets intercepted as well. But another drop in the top side also gets intercepted. So 3 shuttles going down within the span of 20 seconds. And that is exactly what GangTaewan needed. And Leebokgu also needed those 3 shuttles to at least achieve something. But nothing was achieved at all, and now GangTaewan can defend for a little while longer. Get a little bit richer. Make a comeback. And the fact that Leebokgu only just now added and finished his 2nd Nexus means that he is in the lead, but he's not that rich yet. He's only now hitting 50 probes at 11 minutes into the match. The question now becomes, has Leebokgu dealt enough damage so far to stay in the driver's seat, to keep his lead over GangTaewan? Or is GangTaewan going to get himself back into the match? I mean, he's still in there, but he's currently a little bit behind on his opponent. We've got 2 shuttles coming in. Shuttle's gonna get taken down by the Mulisks. Great control there from both players, but the shuttle is gonna... Tempo gets... Oh, the micro from GangTaewan is so amazing. So amazing. His control is so good. So good. This is so great to watch. You don't often get to see such great control and micro from a player GangTaewan's got it all. His control is great. His awareness is great. He's so great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this guy. He's great to watch. He does play very weird sometimes, but his unit control. His unit control is so nice. His unit control is really nice. So Leebokgu gonna try to break through the choke once again with a mass gateway attack. But GangTaewan is not gonna give him the time to do so, going in for an attack with his Hydra is gonna try to cut off this army before it can even be useful, and shuttles coming in once again. Will the Mutalisks take down the shuttles? No, Leebokgu turns around. It's not safe to go in just yet. GangTaewan now in 41 drones and 64 probes for Leebokgu. Gonna pick up some units into the shuttles. He got 6 shuttles in total, although they're divided into 2 groups at the moment. Scorches are looking and scouting. Great information gathering there from GangTaewan. He knows that an attack is coming over from the bottom side. Gonna put Dragoons up on the hill. Nice choice here from Leebokgu. That one attack also finished. Those Dragoons on the hill are strong, but the control there with the Mutalisks hunting for the shuttles is so great to watch. In the end, he kills all the shuttles, and now the Dragoons up on the hill are getting taken down by the Hydralisks as well. This is something else. This is something else. Rarely have I seen Leebokgu's Protoss get countered in such a manner as this. This is really, really amazing. Okay, another interception. Oh, all the shuttles get taken down by Mutalisks. Maybe I'm a little bit biased here, but GangTaewan's Zerg is really, really a treat to behold. It is pure eye candy. This is pure eye candy. I am loving this. This is really, really, really good play. He's still a little bit behind though, by about 78 supply, but he does have the Spire there, and he's got level 1 upgrade on the Hydralisks. Not on the way at all, actually. Zealot's gonna try to break through the front. Most of the Sunkers are on low HP, but the Mutalisks coming in to support and kill the Zealots are definitely helping out. Drop there coming in for the top side as well. Hydralisks are ready to intercept. Drop turns around. Drop coming in for the bottom side. Nope, that's Dragoons. Dragoons were clearing out Overlords that were providing vision. So the vision has been denied. There's not many Sunkens left in the front. The GangTaewan is strong. He's looking pretty damn strong. Level 1 attack for his Carapace, and his Hydralisk attack is on the way. Leebokgu has level 1 shield, 1 armor, and level 2 weapon on the way. Level 1 attack for his air. Scorches are hunting down the shuttles. One shuttle goes down, another shuttle there gets missed, because Scorch AI sometimes isn't that smart. Mutalisks here on the bottom side. These Mutalisks have so many kills. They've done so much this game. They've completely... This group of Mutalisks, this group of Mutas has kept GangTaewan in the game. His Mutalisk control has been superb, and it's the reason he is still alive. 51 drones now, very slowly droning up. 66 probes for Leebokgu. Decides to add on a bit more gas here because he's feeling he doesn't have enough of it. Still going for the attacks, focusing on shuttle drops at the moment. No frontal attacks happening at the moment, which means the choke has managed to recover mostly. Mass drop here coming in for the bottom side. A lot of Corsairs and shuttles, but there's so many units in between sniping the... Oh no. Shuttles almost make their way completely through. Templars arrive on the scene. Templars storming on the hive. Kills 5. There's another Templar alive here somewhere in the mix. Nope. Everything has been taken down. Everything has been taken down. Pulls the shuttles back to his home. But the hive is finished and 46 drones are still alive. GangTaewan is still in the match. Though his minerals are very, very low, he does have an army. He has a massive army. And more drones are finishing up just right about now, so he's going to be richer soon. He also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... No. 6 hatches on the top side, 4 on the bottom side, 1 here in the main, nothing in the front anymore. Scorch is hunting for shuttles once again. He really has a great game plan here. The shuttles are gonna stay alive with some great micro there. One shuttle is a low HP, but there's no Templars in this shuttle, only in the frontal one. It flies into Hydralisks and Mulisks. Templars storming, Templars hitting, Templars killing most of the drones there. So finally, once again, Leebokgu gets a great storm off. GangTaewan didn't pull his drones to safety in time. He's almost broke. He's almost completely broke. But as I mentioned before, he still has an army. And the Mulisks now going out to clear those units on the top side. But the Mulisks don't have upgrades at all. But the Dragoons decide to run away. Even though I think he should try to kill as many Mulisks as he can, because the 112 upgrades on those Dragoons are pretty damn strong. Leebokgu is still gonna try to break through with shuttle drops and maybe mass zealot drops. Looks like a mass zealot drop here from Leebokgu. The Corsairs are gonna try to clear out all the Mulisks, which I think he should be able to do. The GangTaewan has 1-1 upgrade on the Hydralisks. Little 2-2 is on the way. Now again on 44 drones. No longer has that many drones on the gas. He realizes that he has enough gas at the moment. So he removes all the drones from the gas, puts them on the minerals to help him recover a little bit quicker. Drop coming in for the top side, but a drop coming in for the bottom side as well. Which one has the Templars? Looks like the top one has the Templars. Drones ran away to safety perfectly in time. And the drop from two different directions doesn't achieve what he intended to. The Mulisk control are keeping him in the game. And they're doing it really, really successfully. Down 71 drones though, he's gonna be rich if he can stop the next drop from hitting, which is already on the way. 8 Zealots, 3 Templars, Templar with the shuttles, shuttle with the Templars in the back. Ooh, is this one gonna hit? No, Templars are loading, Templars are storming, Templars are hitting the storm, kills all the drones once again, only 24 left alive. Oh, the game is looking bad here for GangTaewan. 23 drones left alive. Oh, things are looking very bad indeed. How is he gonna recover from this one? He's got 26 drones alive, now about 32 as a couple more are spawning. All those drones will go onto the gas. He doesn't need an army anymore. He's got a lot of Hydralisks, Lurkers, Guardians. He doesn't need gas at the moment. He should be able to defend himself with these Hydralisks alone. That is if he doesn't lose them anything whatsoever. Leebokgu is still going to keep going with those mass, well maybe not mass drops, but he's dropping a lot. The Corsairs have not yet been able to kill any air units. Most Guardians are still alive. The Mulisks are also still alive. The drone count now back on 44. He realized he needs some gas again, so he's putting some of them back onto the gas. Drop coming in for the top side, but he turns around because this one is gonna be so difficult to get through. There's 3 groups of Hydralisks ready to snipe and kill the shuttle, so he can't go in. Decides to kill Overlords instead, which actually hurts GangTaewan quite a bit here because now he is supply stuck. And it's going to cost him a lot of money to remake those Overlords. Money he'd rather not spend on Overlords, but on units and drones instead. Comes from the top side. A lot of Corsairs, a lot of shuttles as well. Drones, run away, please. Drones, please run away. He snipes all the shuttles. He snipes all the shuttles. There's another drop there coming in for the bottom side as well. 4 Templars there inside the shuttle. Will GangTaewan keep his drones alive this time around? Drones are running away. Drones are staying alive for now. Shuttle goes down. Templar, only a single Oh, a second Templar unloaded as well. Kills another group of drones, but only gets about 12. Maybe even less. So in the end, Leebokgu's drop strategy. He's killing a lot of drones time and time again, but GangTaewan manages to recover just in time every single time. And that's pretty big. That's pretty big. More scouts. He's going for scouts now as well. So shuttle drop there once again coming in for the bottom side. Leebokgu hasn't decided to break through the front with a mass attack. He's just making a lot of Corsairs, Scouts, and Templars and Zealots to go for drops, but GangTaewan, once again, is he gonna keep his drones alive? Drones get out there just in time. Just in time. So the drop that Leebokgu had to hit to end the game doesn't hit. And the Scorchers are on the hunt. Thrown around though, a couple of them still in the chase, flying over a Hydralisk. Scouts are balling up there. He's got really nice upgrades there. No armor, just weapon and shield. His gateway units are on 2-2 upgrades, almost on 3-3-3. Or the triple threat upgrade attack. So once again, another shuttle mass attack. A lot of shuttles, a lot of units. Gotta unload them somewhere inside of GangTaewan's base, but GangTaewan has pretty good upgrades for his Hydralisks. And a lot of Scorches actually. A lot of Scorches and they are on the hunt. He finds the shuttles, kills a couple of them. Hydralisks are in between. Oh, he's gonna kill most of the shuttles. There's lurkers in the back. He killed every single shuttle except for one. There's no Templars left in the mix, and it looks like Leebokgu's approach of going for pretty much just shuttle drops isn't working out. Not anymore. It worked for quite a while, but now it looks like GangTaewan has found the exact right combination of units to defend against it. And if we've seen one thing so far, GangTaewan's awareness is absolutely insane. This guy has some of the best awareness I've ever seen from anyone ever in my life. Nothing slips past his eyes. He's always, well, he's got vision everywhere on the map, so it's not hard to miss anything. But his reactions are so good. So the Scout's gonna try to kill some Overlords on the side, but there's Scorches coming in to kill them. Gonna try to micro his way out of there. Oh, great little micro move there, but he still loses a couple of his Scouts nonetheless. I got a feeling he's gonna try to hit the hive with a mass Scout attack, but I don't think that's gonna work. Once again, drop here coming in from the top side of the map, but gets scouted and spotted by a lot of shuttles, by a lot of Overlords and Hydras once again. He's being an annoying bitch here on the bottom side, but GangTaewan doesn't really care. He just wants to kill the shuttles. Already moving out over the map with his Guardians. He's not going to sit around in his base waiting for Leebokgu to keep attacking. He wants to take control over the match right here, right now, because he's maxed out. He's got upgrades, and he feels strong. Probes are on the middle getting killed one by one to clear up supply space for Leebokgu. Scouts coming in to kill the Guardians, but there's so many Hydras behind the Scouts, so many Hydras behind the Guardians, that the Scouts are forced to stay away for now. And there's the Fighters here as well. Leebokgu doesn't have much to defend himself with, because all of his supply is in Scouts, and Scouts can't hit units under a Dark Swarm. Going for the Scout mix-up might have been a very bad choice here. He's going to try to kill the Guardians first, maybe kill the Fighter here behind as well, but I think he's going to try to kill the Hive as soon as he can. Well, currently it looks like he cannot, because he has to keep those Scouts back at home in order to defend against anything the Scouts can actually attack, which is the Guardians. But the Plague, ooh, beautiful Plague there on the Scouts, completely wastes the investment into the Scouts. Scouts are very dangerous to get. One single Plague and your Scouts are almost dead and gone. He does defend the attack after all in the end. The Fighter went down, the Dark Swarms ended, and the Guardians got killed as well, and a couple of pilots keep streaming out from across the map, because GangTaewan doesn't have that many hatcheries. He's got a couple of them, 3 here on the top side, another 3 here, well, it's still all of 11. 11 hatcheries in total. Guardians there on 1-1, Hydralisk on 3-3. Hydralisk are pretty damn strong. He's got control over the front. There's no observers in the air. There's Queens as well to try to ensnare the Scouts, but the Scouts are a little bit too nimble, a little bit too quick to take down the Queens, so no ensnares. Reaver goes down there in the back. More units are streaming in. He doesn't have an observer still. Still no observer. Still no observer, so the lurkers are going to stay there, and stay there strongly. Gonna try to bust through with his Scouts, his Reavers, and his Templars. Dragoons also in the mix, but Guardians coming in from the backside as well. He just can't do it. No observer means not. He really needs an observer. He really needs the observer to stop those lurkers from being so painful there in the back. Scouts coming in from the side. Game is looking bad for Leebokgu now. Leebokgu stuck with the Storm Drop for too long, and it looks like GangTaewan is perhaps just a little bit too good only to mass Storm Drops against. Adding on another group of hatcheries as well, because he realized he cannot reproduce his army quick enough. But Leebokgu's base is shrinking by the minute. It's shrinking by the minute. He does have Reavers in the back there, finishing up there. Scouts still in the air, defending. They're pretty strong, but not strong enough. More lurkers arriving on the scene to start burrowing up alongside those gateways. Got no observers on the way still. Still no observers from Leebokgu. Not sure what he's doing there. He really needs observers. There's so many lurkers burrowing up. The Reavers are strong, but if they cannot hit the lurkers, they... Oh wait, there's an observer right there. I missed that one. He didn't have it before, but it's right there right now. Means he just made it. But he does have the observer, finally. Queens once again arriving on the scene. Scout go. Oh, Scout get ensnared right on top of the Hydralisks. A couple of Scouts went down there. The Queens served their purpose in Guardians coming in from the backside as well to finish off this game once and for all. But the Scouts, the Reavers, are doing a good job of keeping the Hydralisks away to allow the Scouts to kill the Guardians, but the Hydras are doing a pretty good job as well here. The hatcheries is finished here, so he's got 16 hatcheries. Leebokgu leaves the game. Leebokgu leaves the game. It's over. Leebokgu realizes it is all over. Poor Leebokgu. GangTaewan wins a Zerg against Protoss against Leebokgu, something I didn't ever expect to see happen. But GangTaewan managed to do it. He managed to do it. Manages to get the win in the best of 5 against Leebokgu, beating Leebokgu's Protoss not once but twice with 2 different races. That's honestly really impressive. I have very high expectations in this tournament for GangTaewan because he looked so damn good. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this set as much as I did, because I seriously, absolutely am fangirling all over GangTaewan. He is so preciously good. He's so good. Amazing stuff. So that's it for today. Come back soon once again. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you leave something like a comment and a subscribe if you want. And have a good day. This was RJB or RJB TV.